Hi, my name's Scott Phillips, and I'm the CEO of PrivateAgent. With my friend Peter Cranstone, we've created a new business model for e-commerce on the internet based on data privacy. The problem that we're addressing here is that of surveillance capitalism itself. Everyone's sick of being the product and being surveilled for the benefit of big tech. And what we're about is turning that on its head. The quality of the data that you actually get from surveilling people is actually really low. And what we think is that there's an opportunity here to really turn that around and enable people to interact with businesses in a way that's much more consensual and much more reciprocal. Also, there's currently a real lack of integration around mobile apps. They're quite fractured within their fairly siloed app stores, and there's not a whole lot of interaction between them. And we think that we can solve that. So imagine being actually in control of your own private data, and then companies paying you to access it so that they can provide you with these integrated products, content, and services through a modern AI-driven super app. This is a new engagement layer for the web. So our thesis overall is to give people control of their own data and allow them to monetize it. You can see here this little bid thing flashing. That's the user, the ask piece is the user setting the price for their data to be accessed. And that flashing bid thing is representing the concept of the businesses over on the right-hand side paying to access the user data. Now, that might be about some entertainment service that they want, or a transport option, or anything really. So the businesses pay the users in order to know what the user's needs are in real time. And in return for that payment, they then get to offer products, content, and services directly to the user into a mobile application, whether it's a super app or otherwise. They can then present that offer directly to the user. And we can see that this will drive economic growth and do so at a much lower operational cost than people are used to presently. Now, this obviously also vectors hugely with the advent of AI and the ability of AI systems to customize the interface. Now, this is what Peter Cranstone's technology through 3P Mobile really facilitates. So that enables the mobile application to be customized right down to the menu structure of the application, and it can also reach deeply into other applications. So you can inline mobile apps with Peter's technology. PrivateAgent is supplying the other side of it, which is the data privacy aspect, because nobody's really going to buy into this technology if it's just another way for them to be surveilled. What we propose is to offer them true data privacy through the vaulted object framework. So by doing this, we can guarantee to the user that their data is private. We provide them the mechanisms by which they can commercialize access to their information, and the wheels of commerce keep turning. So the market opportunity for this, we believe, is enormous. McKinsey and Company think that the ecosystem economy, which this empowers, will be worth $70 to $100 trillion by 2030. Our projections are that we can generate $11 million a month in 5 years' time. Developing a super app without data privacy, we think, is going to be super difficult. And there are plenty of companies out there that want to be WeChat for the West, and we think that once this concept of data privacy, and in fact privacy capitalism, becomes known, then it will be a very big risk to go out into the marketplace and try and sell a super app that isn't fundamentally based on data privacy. So we license this super app framework between 3P Mobile and PrivateAgent to enterprise intermediaries. So big companies with user bases and integrated applications and services. They build their own super app based on the technology, and then they onboard businesses into the ecosystem economy. We take a 1% clip on transactions, which we think will be plenty. We also have a channel partner strategy by which we leverage in through large companies, that might be a Microsoft or something like that, to access those enterprise intermediaries. And then underneath that is the businesses of the ecosystem economy, which provide the content, products and services. So you can see here also, we've got a little demonstrator of just a version of how this might work. And you can see here that we can swipe through and select, in this case, a transport option. Here we're moving into Uber, so we can inline the Uber app. And now we're going through and looking at what we're going to eat when we get there. So you can see here that this is a potentially hugely powerful way for a user to organize their daily workflow. And so the next steps, we're looking for $5 million US in seed funding. With that money, we're intending to structure a listed US subsidiary and then licensing to channel partners and enterprise intermediaries. The long-term vision for this is really to provide a personal data taxonomy inside of the vaulted object, inside of that private envelope. And that will enable people to manage their healthcare data, their financial information, their social media graph in a private vaulted object, and then provide access to that to businesses in the ecosystem economy. And what we believe is that this overall is a very interesting vector for the development of a new type of internet. Thanks for listening.